Amazing every frame. This red seems to finish up this side of the table, and this time Shaun can have a go at it and get on the black. Surely he can't knock this in. Well, oohs and ahs from the crowd. But that red has finished in a nice spot. The one he missed, if it hadn't have stopped there, Neil Robertson had a free shot to pot the one just above the white, but that red's covered it.
Yes, and he can't play down into the baulk area for a safety shot either, so one of those frames where the cue ball gets left up this end. Shaun does have a chance to play into baulk here. He come off the side of the pack and leave the cue ball down near the green pocket, but of course he will be leaving Neil the chance, so he's going to play this one up and down, but likewise he'll be leaving that easy red in the baulk area for him to play a safety off.
Yeah, he's done that, but I think he's done that purposely. He didn't want to get one of those funny frames where it was going to get a bit tactical the way he's been playing.
Couldn't agree with you more, Dennis. I think it's a good idea. The moment he's on a roll, just wants to get the balls in the open and keep changing that scoreline.
Shaun knew he was handing the advantage to Neil there, but that was purely to get the game back to normal. And he needs a good safety here, and with the cue ball close to the cushion, he's got to be a bit careful.
Yes, I don't think he's got a shot to nothing off the side of the pack, so it's a safety instead.
He's hit it much too thin, and there may be a pot on, and Neil can get on the black there. You see it now. He's been kept off the table for what, 20 minutes since he last potted the ball, and this is a Neil special coming up here. Let's see how well he cues it.
Is that any good?
Yeah, that'll do. When you haven't potted the ball for 20 minutes, that's a pretty good one to pull out there. That's come up a little bit short, but it may work to his advantage.
8.
Could bring other reds into play here. Not sure if he has to just nudge them slightly. He won't try to open them too much because he may not get onto the black, so he's changed his mind here. Yeah, he didn't want to really stick in the reds, and I don't blame him for that.
Yes, he wasn't 100% certain what cannon he was getting there, so pretty prudent there to come out. When in doubt, come out.
Just spoiled it a little bit, that. Okay, still got the red to the left of the pink, but you want to make it as easy as possible, especially in this situation. One frame to give you your first Masters title. But he looks as if he's back cueing well again. Okay, not nicely on the blue. Played for the middle pocket, may have to take it up into the corner.
Yes, good pots at the minute. It was an excellent red he knocked in across the nap of the cloth.
20.
Maybe it's to the blue. He's not quite had the cue ball in this yet, but he keeps going. Now,
21.
if he's got the angle here, he's going to be hitting the pink full ball and trying to split this pack up. And he's one shot away here from having a very good chance to win this match. If this goes right, you fancy him.
Well, he's hit that pink full ball. The red's going over the middle pocket. There's one over the corner. It's turned out very nicely. As you said, John, one good shot. And he's got a chance to clinch the match. He hit the pink right on the nose there. Can he hold himself together?
$27. 32.
Well, Miller's away with Alexander there. She doesn't want to watch this. Oh, that hit that thicker than he intended. Played that with a lot of drag there, and he's hampered slightly now with that red on the side cushion. Okay, he can drop the black in and just come off the cushion for the red to the left of the pink, but just caught that certainly on the thickish side. Just show you that again.
That's a tricky little shot, that. And I think you're right, Dennis. You just plain ball this, just pop the black, come off the cushion. Well done.
$40. $41.
And he's going to have to disturb that bunch in a couple of shots' time, because there's only a few more reds available, and that won't be enough to secure the frame.
Yes, considering he hit that pink full ball a few shots ago, not a lot of the red's mood, really. That pack behind it still remains pretty solid, so you might have to play this similar shot again.
48.
You see the left over the red near the left corner pocket's okay for Neil being a left-hander, but he's still going to need one of the reds in the bunch.
49.
Well, he can't do much about this. He's played two perfect frames to keep himself in the match. Oh, what a beautiful shot. Oh, where's the red going? Where is the red going? Well, for all the world, it looked as if that red was going to drop in after that beautiful
56.
shot. I think everyone in Alexandra Palace thought that this red was going to go in, John.
Well, he must have died 1,000 deaths with that. It's just turned up at the end.
$57.
Well, the chances there. He's got the pink, he's got the black. He's looked at both of them.
Yeah, good shot. The right shot as well. And he's got
64.
nothing to do here. Red over the corner, pop the blue. Two reds there that are down from the pink spot are perfect. It should be all over.
65.
He was the 2010 World Champion. He was the 2010 World Open Champion. He's on the verge now of adding the Masters to his CV, the one that everyone wants to win. This year has been Shaun Murphy's best year in the Masters. Shaun probably played the best snooker throughout this year's Masters, but it's the Australian that's been just a bit too strong in this final. Where's the red going?
Thank you. Neil Robertson, 7 seconds.
There's 67 left on the table. He's 70 points behind. He needs one snooker.
Yes, he'd be pretty frustrated he didn't get that over there. Neil had the red over the centre pocket to play for the blue. Wasn't a great shot, but he left himself mid-range with the rest and didn't get near the jaws.
Oh, he needs the brown to cover this one. Can he see enough of the red? It must be pretty tight if Neil's around looking from this end of the table. What was he looking at? That's what he was looking at there. And I think he can just pass the brown to get to the potting angle. This will secure the final.
Yeah, just cue this properly, don't follow through and off. Well done.
He knows it. He's played a fabulous final of the Australian. He really has. It was always going to be a great final between these two players. Shaun Murphy's played exemplary throughout the last week. But there's no better feeling in the world when you're walking around the table and you know you've won your first Masters title.
Well, he deserves it, Dennis. The quality of his match play all week has been superb. He has competed
16.
as good as anybody.
And that was nice to see Shaun Murphy having a little smile there. He knows what this feels like.
24.
I'm sure Shaun Murphy will win this great title,
25.
but at the moment the arena belongs to Neil Robertson. It's a superb feeling. It really is.
The referee can't get the balls on the spots quick enough.
And well done, Brendan Moore, in his first Masters final. This is lovely to see. It really is. He might as well enjoy every minute of this. And this Alexander Palace crowd have enjoyed every minute of this. They have been fabulous throughout the week. Shaun Murphy, the gentleman he is, comes forward to congratulate Neil Robertson. We've had a super final, but the Australian was just too solid. And doesn't he look delighted? It's he who lifts the 2012 BGC Masters title. Well done to both players.
Palace. Well, we're not going to interrupt this family gathering right now, but I'm going to have a word with the runner-up here today, Shaun Murphy. Shaun, I know this was such a special occasion for you to be involved in. I know you're disappointed, but can you explain to us what you feel the difference between you and Neil was, especially this evening?
You know, the lad's class, and he's a credit to his family, his country, and he's a credit to our game. You know, we're lucky to have somebody like Neil involved. He's a true pro, and just, you know, he's better than me on the day.
Shaun, you've shown tremendous class